Okay, today the market structure we are going to study, that is called monopoly. In our previous lessons we covered perfect competition, where we found there would be many buyers and many sellers of homogeneous product. And today's topic is on the other extreme of perfect competition. Like at the angle of 180, we are going to have another market structure in which we find a single seller and many buyers. What is the definition of this market structure? A single seller and many buyers of a unique product. What type of product it is? A unique product we are going to have. An heterogeneous product. It is not produced by anyone else. Alright? So we find this market structure as a monopoly. A monopolist is a single seller of a product and many buyers are there to buy. In other words, I can say the whole industry is having a single producer, a single firm. We see in one industry there can be many firms which are producing the same type of product. In this market structure, the whole industry is having a single seller. Clear? So 100% market share is belong to this monopolist. What it is? The monopolist is having 100% of the market share. What can be the example of this monopolist market structure? Can you give? Electricity producer. Usually the monopolies, they are made by the government. They are producing those goods and services which are not supplied by the private sector due to high fixed cost of production. Followed my point? Like private producer, if that has to supply us electricity, he has to construct a dam first of all if he is going to produce hydroelectric power station. So in that case he has to put in more on the fixed cost in which he is not going to take any risk. So any type of investment in this sector is not a risk free. It takes many years to have a dam. So that's why where fixed cost of production is the higher proportion of total cost, so usually those firms are handled by the government. So monopolist is going to be a single seller of a unique product. There are many, all of the buyers they are bound to buy the product from the same seller. So it means when he is a single seller, he is the price setter as well. What he is? He is the price setter. Why is he price setter? Because he is facing the market demand curve which is downward sloping. Do you know the market demand curve which we studied in our AS level? That is a downward sloping demand curve. And what do we mean by downward sloping demand curve? When price decreases, quantity demand will increase. So he has the ability to set the price. He cannot set both price and quantity. He can set one of them. If he wants to sell more units, he has to decrease the price. Therefore, he faces a downward sloping but inelastic market demand. Inelastic market demand curve. Alright? Why do we say it is inelastic demand curve? Alina, why do we say it is inelastic demand curve? There are no competitors, no substitutes. When substitutes are not present, the demand faced by the firm will be inelastic. And if substitutes are there, then demand will be elastic. This is our prior knowledge of elasticity. Clear? So he is going to face what type of demand curve? This is going to be the demand curve of the firm. This is inelastic demand. sell an extra unit, what happens? He has to decrease the price. And if he wants to charge or set a higher price, he has to decrease the quantity demanded. When price increases, quantity demand will fall. They move in opposite direction. That is why he cannot set both quantity and price. He can set either one of them. So what he chooses to set? He wants to set the price of the product. And where will he set the price? On which part of the demand curve he has to set the price? I gave you the example of revenues. I said this is the upper part of demand curve is elastic, in the middle it is unit elastic, and in the lower part it is inelastic. So he will set his price of the product on the elastic part of the demand curve, which is the upper part. And why it is? Because the marginal revenue is positive in this upper part of the demand curve. I will explain further. So now this is his price setting ability, because he is facing inelastic market demand curve. Therefore he is the price setter. No one else is going to compete him. That's why his demand is inelastic. The third characteristic of monopolist is he is having strong barriers to enter or leave the market. Strong barriers to enter or leave the market. He will not allow any other firm to enter, or he cannot leave the market as well. So what type of barrier he is going to have in case of monopoly? Sometimes these are government created barriers. What is government created barrier? The market regulation by the government. Government has banned the entry of new firms into this market. No one is allowed to produce electricity other than this company which is controlled by the government. That is the single producer. So this is government created barrier, market regulated. Government is not allowing deregulation of the market. And sometimes the barrier is fixed cost barrier. So it has a very high fixed cost of production at the start of the production unit. Therefore, no firm wants to enter into the market because of high fixed cost of production. So barriers, they are government created usually, and sometimes we find the consumer barriers like brand loyalty by the consumers, brand proliferations. Okay, so consumers are also having the brand loyalty to the, but that is not the case in case of monopoly. That will come into the case of oligopoly. We will study it later. So here I explained two things in one characteristic. He is a price setter and he is facing downward sloping market demand curve which is inelastic, and he is going to have strong barriers to entry. Now, what is the question? Brand loyalty, that comes under oligopoly, but not here in monopoly, because there is a single barrier. So government created barriers or fixed cost barriers, they are usually present in case of monopoly. So he has 100% share of the market. That's why that's also a barrier, that no one else is going to produce it, and consumers are having no choice at all. That's why they are bound to buy the product from the single seller. Clear? Now the firm has to decide the profit maximizing level of output. So what is the profit maximizing level of output of our firm? Which I told you earlier. At which point firm has to decide the level of output in order to maximize the profit. This is the point when marginal revenue should equal to marginal cost. Now I am going to draw the profit maximizing level of output of the firm. Here I am taking, this is a demand curve which is a little bit steeper. Right now I want to explain a few things by using this demand curve. It should be further steeper. That gives us an idea of monopoly. That demand is inelastic. Okay. This is the demand curve which is equal to average revenue. We studied the revenues when demand is downward sloping. So it's overlapped by the average revenue curve, and average revenue is equal to the price one thing, when marginal revenue is positive, so what is the shape of total revenue in this case? If you remember, the total revenue has this shape. This is total revenue shape. So when total revenue is increasing, marginal revenue is positive. When total revenue is maximum, marginal revenue is zero. And when total revenue decreases, the marginal revenue will become negative. So in which part of this demand curve the producer will produce and set the price? Here I say this is the marginal cost. The shape of marginal cost is like this. So this is the equilibrium level of output. This is what? Equilibrium level of output. Now he has to set the price along the demand curve. Some of the students they say this is the price. Keep it in mind, marginal revenue is not the demand curve. If you are setting price like this by drawing a horizontal line along the marginal revenue curve, so this is not the demand curve, this is a wrong point you are showing, and you cannot maximize the profit of the monopolist. What he will do? He will go along the demand curve and set this price which is equal to average revenue. Now see, this is the elastic part of the demand curve where total revenue is increasing and its marginal revenue is also positive. Do you think he will set the price along this part, on the inelastic part, where marginal revenue is negative and total revenue is also decreasing? So monopolist will not set the price on the inelastic part of the demand curve. He will remain on the elastic part. He is the price setter. Now I am going to draw the average cost curve of this monopolist. If this is the average cost, let me finish it, then I can explain. Okay, at this level of output, what is going to happen? At this level of output, this is the average total cost of the firm. Now see, this box is showing us what? The profit of the firm. What type of profit the monopolist is earning? Supernormal profit, because average revenue is greater than average total cost, or total revenue is greater than total cost. Therefore, profit earned by the firm is supernormal or abnormal profit. Supernormal profit. Alright? So this rectangle is showing us what? The supernormal profit of the monopolist. यहाँ तक समझ में आ गई? So we said the monopolist is producing the output where marginal revenue is equal to marginal cost of production, and then he goes along the demand curve to set the price, because he is the setter, price setter, and where he sets the price on the elastic part of the demand curve where total revenue is increasing and marginal revenue is also positive. So when we drew the average cost of production in this diagram, so we found that the monopolist is able to earn supernormal profit. Clear? Even in short run and long run, he is having supernormal profitability. He is not going to have the normal profit. Now see, if I draw the average cost in this diagram, this is total cost. So this area will tell us the area of profit, which is the supernormal. Total revenue is lying above the total cost. Therefore, the firm is earning supernormal profit when marginal revenue is equal to marginal cost. Sometimes this diagram is also given like this. So, is it clear or not? Monopolist, how monopolist is able to maximize his total profit when he is a single seller of a unique product and there are strong barriers to enter and leave the market. Now, if I ask you, do you think the monopolist is achieving economic efficiency? What is productive efficiency condition? Nobody knows. Is he producing at the minimum of average cost? No. This is the minimum point of average cost. Is he producing at this point? He is producing at this point of the average cost, where average cost is already higher than the minimum point. So he is having no productive efficiency. Productively, monopolist is inefficient. This is the productive efficiency point. Can I say no productive efficiency? No productive efficiency. What about allocative efficiency? What is the condition of allocative efficiency? Is he charging price equal to marginal cost? Marginal cost pricing is here at this point. Is he charging this price? The price charged by the monopolist is more than marginal cost. So no allocative efficiency. No allocative efficiency. So can I say the monopolist is going to have economic inefficiency? What he is doing? He is having economic inefficiency. No productive efficiency is achieved by the firm. Clear? Or no allocative efficiency is achieved. Keep it in mind. Look here. If he tries to have productive efficiency, his profit cannot be maximized. He has to sacrifice the maximum profitability if he wants to maximize efficiency. So firms, they are having a choice either to achieve economic efficiency, productive efficiency, or to maximize the profit. If they want to achieve efficiency, profit will not be maximized. So therefore, a monopoly has sacrificed economic efficiency, productive efficiency for the sake of maximization of total profit or supernormal profit. Clear? So this is about monopoly, or one type we have covered. Tomorrow we will do the natural monopoly and price discrimination adopted by the monopolist. Clear?